Here's a quick video on how to swap the power steering fluid in your vehicle. Specifically, I'll be working on a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And this is a very simple job. Don't need any complex tools. All you'll need is some sort of a pump to pump the old fluid out of the steering reservoir, a catch can to put that old fluid in, a funnel, and new power steering fluid to put the funnel of the new power steering fluid into your reservoir, and a rag just to keep things clean. To know how much fluid you're going to need to do a complete swap, I'd recommend just Googling your vehicle and seeing online forums what other individuals have had success doing. Sometimes it's worth calling the dealer to ask them how much power steering fluid the system holds. I tried calling mine, they didn't know, so honestly what I do is I just continually go until I start seeing cleaner fluid come out of the reservoir. So hope that helps. To ensure you have the right fluid for your vehicle, open up the owner's manual, and in the back you should see a table indicating the fluids and the capacities for different systems in your vehicle. And if we go over to the power steering reservoir, this vehicle specifically is a 5.7 liter. We can see it either is the Mopar power steering fluid, or you can use ATF automatic transmission fluid. So personally, automatic transmission fluid is much cheaper than Mopar's power steering fluid, and I'll put a link in the description. There's tons of off-brand ATF +4 that are verified and are completely compatible with your system. So I'll share that link below just so you can know what other brands are licensed for ATF fluid. Alright, so the way to start this process is to open your hood and then find the power steering reservoir, and you'll see a steering wheel on it. So I'll take that off. And then there's many ways you can do this. What I like to do is get some kind of old disposable drink or some kind of old disposable container so that I can put my pump in and squeeze out the old fluid. So because this is probably going to be messy, I throw my rag, or an old shirt in this case, around where I'm going to put the pump, because I always make a mess with this. And then put the one side in the reservoir, and then put the other end inside the catch can. And then just like that, we'll start to pump. So, and there it is. Look at that old fuel, or that old power steering fluid. There we go. It's not too bad, but I like to replace this fluid pretty often, just so it's well maintained, and it's pretty cheap and easy to do. So I'm gonna keep going until all the fluid is out of there. Alright, so that's looking pretty empty down there. So I'll now take my little pump out, put it in my little cardboard box there so I don't make a mess, and get there. Alright, so now that the reservoir is empty, I'm just going to take my power steering fluid and pour it in until I get to the max line. So I'll do that off camera just so I can see what I'm doing. And yeah, I'll get it to that. I'll show you right here. That max line. So I'm going to fill it up. Alright, so here we go. A bit more. Good. Alright, so now with new fluid in your reservoir, you want to now get into the vehicle, turn it on, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn the steering wheel all the way to the left, all the way to the right, so that we can pump that old new fluid into the system and pump some older fluid that'll get mixed in with the new fluid out. And we're just going to keep continuing that process till we get all the old dirty fluid out and start seeing more clear fluid as we continue this changing process. So car's on, so now we turn all the way to the end to one lock, so you can't turn it anymore. And now to the other side. Okay, and then just like that, we've now brought that new fluid down into the system and then brought older fluid out, and now we're just going to complete the same process that we did before. Pump out the new fluid, pump some new fluid in, and rinse, repeat, and do it all again. So let's pop the hood again. Alright, and then the same process again. Open the cap to your steering pump reservoir, get your pump in there, catch can, and start pumping what we just switched out. Alright, so with our reservoir empty again, let's fill it up with new fluid until we hit that max line. Great. Here's some of the process of how the fluid has changed with each swap I've done so far. I've done 3, and the fluid that I'm putting in my vehicle, the ATF fluid, is more of a crimson red, whereas you can see here the fluid that I got out, the first swap, the second swap, and even that third time are still pretty grimy looking and not as crimson red as the ATF fluid should be. So it's a good thing I'm doing this. I'm going to keep going until I see much clearer, or excuse me, more crimson-like fluid come out. But you can keep going with yours as much as you like. It could take multiple quarts, so just keep in mind that when you're doing this. And yeah, save yourself some money doing it yourself, and it's a fairly easy process. It just takes some time and some patience, and hopefully it'll help your power steering pump and system last longer, as well as save you money rather than having to go to the dealer or another mechanic to do it or to get something replaced. So I hope that video helps. I'll put links to the items I used in the description box below. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video if it helps and it will help others. And check out my channel if there's any other videos that you're interested in learning how to do things around your house or on your vehicle.